Hi everyone, my name is Hannah, this is Pepper and Pine, and I have a tutorial to share with you today. We're working through this book called The Beginner's Guide to Constructing the Universe. It goes through the quality of numbers from 1 to 10. We're working on number 4, which has to do with volume, and we're learning how to make the regular solids. Today we're going to work on the cube, known also as the hexahedron. So I'm going to use some Fabriano watercolor paper. This is hot press paper, so it's smooth. I'm going to set my compass at about 1.5 inches and start my first circle on the left side. I'm going to place my compass on the circumference of that first circle and draw another circle. At this point, you will have 2 points at the center of each of those circles. And we want to connect them using our straight edge. We're going to draw a line that goes through from one side of that circle all the way to the other side. We're setting our compass where that line intersects that second circle, and we're drawing another circle. We're going to continue that line from one side all the way to the other side. Next, we're going to place our compass point on the left side where that line intersects the circle. I've extended the compass so that it is larger than the circle, and I'm drawing an arc above and below the circle. Next, I want to place my compass on the other side of that first circle, which is the center of the second circle, and draw arcs above and below. Where they cross, I'm going to connect them using my straight edge, and it's going to go right through the center of the circle. We're going to do this again with our second and our third circles by placing the compass on the circumference where that line crosses the circle so that we can get arcs above and below the circle. We're going to connect it one more time and draw a line from the top to the bottom. For our last circle, we're going to place it on the outer edge, draw an arc above and below, then go back to the other side, which is basically the center of that second circle. We have our arcs above and below. We're going to draw our line right through the center, and now you can see that we have 4 division of a circle for those 3 circles. We want to draw 3 more circles, and the centers of those circles are going to be on the circumference of the original circle where the line intersects the circumference. For our second circle, we're going to go where the line intersects that second circle and place our compass point there for our center of our second circle on the bottom. We're going to draw our circle there. And for the last circle, we're going to place our compass on the last circle where the line intersects on the circumference and draw our final circle. So we have 3 circles on top of 3 circles. We're going to draw our first cube at the top, and that makes our first cube out of 6. And we want to add some tabs, so I'm just hand drawing little tabs on the sides of this first square, and then we're going to complete the rest of the squares. So we want to pay attention to the centers of our lower circles and draw a line all the way through. And then we're going to have 4 squares on our second row, 1 square at the top, and 1 square at the bottom. So now that we have our 4 squares in the second row, we need 1 more square at the bottom, and it's going to be where the line intersects the bottom of those 2 circles. So you can see the 3 squares. We're going to add some tabs to this square. I only added 2, but it actually needs 3 and 1 more tab on the outer edge of that last square. Now we can erase all of these extra arcs. We don't need them. And now we're going to cut out our shape. You want to make sure that you cut around those tabs. You will need them in order to construct your cube. We're going to be adding some double stick tape on each of those tabs. Now it's time to make our creases so that we can fold our structure very easily. I'm going to use a bone folder and my ruler in order to crease these lines, and you do want to crease your tabs as well. So I'm going to go wherever there's a pencil line, and I'm going to crease it with my bone folder, especially paying attention to each of those tabs as well. Now I'm going to fold all of these pieces together so that they can assemble easily, especially the tabs. And I'm going to assemble it once just to make sure that everything works well so that I know how to assemble it once I get my double stick tape on each of those tabs. I'm using some fabric double stick tape. It's extremely tacky and it is quite thin, so it works really well for these little tabs. I'm going to peel off the double stick tape piece by piece so that it doesn't get all messy and taped together. And I'm just going to assemble the box slowly, removing the tape as I go, and then inserting the tabs to the inside of each of these pieces. Now comes the last piece. I'm just nestling it in and just securing it to make sure that it is all assembled well. This was a really easy way to construct the hexahedron. Of course, you can always print off a template if you don't want to do it this way. I encourage you to check out some of the other tutorials on the regular solids. They are easier to make than you think. Don't forget to check out the blog post that accompanies this video. You can find that link down in the description box below. I share more tutorials as well as links to all of the resources that I'm using for this main lesson block. And if you'd like to see how we're homeschooling on a daily basis, you can find me on Instagram and now on TikTok at Pepper and Pine.